Hey guys, welcome to Hello World YouTube channel. This is Haas and I'm going to show you some important and easy peasy tips in Python for beginners. So don't miss it and please hit the subscribe button below the video. Thank you for watching.
Tip number 1. In-place swapping. Let's get started with defining two variables x and y. I put 12 in x and 23 in y, and I just print them. Here in this part of the code, the most important part of the code, I just want to swap them. So I write x and y equal y and x. Then I just print it. Let's see the result. Yeah, 12, 23, 23, 12. So we could successfully swap both variables by doing just one line of coding. Let's try it for strings. Does it work about strings? Let's see the result. So A and B, hello world. I print A and B. Then I just swap them with the method I just told you minutes ago. So A and B equal B and A, and now I want it to print. Let's see, let me just clear the terminal by writing clear. And now hello world, world hello, so it worked. What if we had 3 or even more variables? Does it really work? Let's check the answer. So I add another variable as a string today. A, B, and C equal C, B, and A. Print them. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it worked. Tip number 2. Max, min, and sum. Okay, first of all, let's make a list of numbers from 1 to 10. Alright, I'll show you how to do it in a better way later. The list is ready. By max, min, and sum mathematical functions in Python that are actually very simple, you can easily find the maximum, minimum, and sum of a list of numbers. Okay. Now we go with sum. Then ready to print them. For printing them, I use fstring or formatted string, a way that you can use variables in the string while you're printing something. So you just put a F before the quotations, and you gotta put the variables in braces. As any one of you may know this, \n means going to the next line. So there we go. Let's see what happens. Yes, max is 10, min is 1, and sum of the numbers of the list is 55, of course. Tip number 3. Using range to make a list of numbers. In the example in the previous section, we just made a list of numbers from 1 to 10. But what if we want to make a list from 1 to 100? Do we have to write all the elements down? Of course not. Python has made it easier. So we got list function and range function, of course. The first argument we put in range function is where the list starts, and the second one is where the function stops. Let's print the numbers and see the result. Okay, we got a list. It starts from 1 to 10. As I told you, it doesn't print 11 because the function stops at 11. Let's clear the terminal and try something else. We can also use the range function to tell Python to skip numbers in a given range. If you pass a third argument to range, Python uses that value as a step size when generating numbers. Let's see this example here. The list of numbers starts from 1 and it finishes in 10 and it passes by 2. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 actually. We got odd numbers. from 1 to 10. What if we only put a single number range function? For example, let's check 21. What happens? Yeah, we got a list from 0 to 20. That was another example actually. And for the last example, let's check the even numbers and make a list of even numbers starting from 0 to 20. So we got 0, 21, and 2. Let's clear the terminal and see the result. Exactly. Correct answer. Tip number 4. Reversing a string. There are different ways for reversing a string in Python, but now I'm going to tell you one of the easiest ones, using list slicing. List slicing is an important subject in Python, but because of not having enough time in this video, we're not going to talk about it, and I want you to remember it just as a tip for reversing your strings, just as I do it. Look, I print a string and the reverse version of it in a new line. Tip number 5. Printing a list in one single line. There is usually a common question among the people who just started learning Python, how to print a list in just one single line. First of all, I create a list by list comprehension, then I print it. We got 0 to 20. It is not the point actually. I just wanted to have a list of numbers. First, I want to print the elements by a simple loop as everybody does that. We got all the elements in the list in different lines, but this is not the solution. I want all of them in just one line. So what should I do? I put a star just before the name of the list and I simply print it. That was all the solution. There we go. You got all the elements together in a line with a gap between them. Does it work for lists that contain strings? Let's see. So we got a list of names: Jane, Ali, John, and Sarah. Let's check if this solution works. So I put a star before names and I just print it. It worked. That is cool. But is there another way? I'm going to say yes. There is a function that is called join and is very useful when we're working with strings in Python. I don't want to explain it too much. I just want you to see what happens when I'm using this. Yeah. You can see what does join function do. I put a star between the names. Hope you enjoyed it. Tip number 6. Printing a string n times. In the last tip, I want to show how to get rid of loops when you want to print something in several times. In this example, I want to print "Thank you for watching" for 5 times in 5 lines, not using loops. See how I do this? It is very simple. I use title function to capitalize the first letter of each word. I print a string multiply by the time I want it to print. So I write a string multiply by 5. See the result. That is what exactly we wanted. I hope you enjoyed it. We would be grateful if you click on the subscribe button just below the video. There are a lot more on the way.